The Baldwin Performing Arts Learning Center presents Big River, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Presented in the Baldwin High School Auditorium, Sunday, February 6th, 2005.
Sometimes at night you look like a long white train, winding your way away somewhere. Wherever I love you, don't you care if we're on the run?
Here's the cast and crew for Big River.
Let's just try to find the sun. Sunshine and the rain. River, I love you just the same. But sometimes in a time of trouble, when you're out of hand and your money bubbles over the floor. Now where the things I treasure, now there ain't no way to measure what I love more than I did the day before. River in the rain. Sometimes at night you look like a long white tree, winding your way away somewhere. River, I love you, don't you care? But sometimes in a time of trouble, when you're out of hand and your money goes over the crowd's floor. Now where the things I treasure, now there ain't no way to measure why I love you more than I did the day before. River in the rain. Sometimes at night you look like a long white tree, winding your way away from me. River I've never seen the sea.
And now, on with the show.
Persons attempting to find a moral in it will be banished.
persons attempting to find a flaw in it will be shot. Order of the officer, Mark Twain.
Now y'all don't know about me, unless you're at a store by the name of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. But that ain't no matter. Well, that story was written by Mr. Mark Twain, and he told the truth, mainly. You see, there are some things he stretched, but mainly, he told the truth. And I'm gonna tell the truth the way I see it in the story I'm enacting tonight. It's about me and my friend, a runaway slave named Jim, and the long journey we took together. Now, the way Tom's story ends is this. Tom and me found the gold the robbers had hidden in Injun Joe's cave, and it made us rich!
Huckleberry!
Well, my paper disappeared.
Huckleberry!
So the widow and her sister, Miss Watson, took me for their son, and allowed they would civilize me.
Huckleberry, where in the world have you been?
Staying after school to help the teacher.
Not likely. They played with you and fishing if I know what we were doing. Is that true? Whatever am I going to do with you? Lock him in the closet and pray for his soul. Maybe a whipping would do you more good. I declare if you don't get your studies done and read your Bible, you're gonna end up as worthless as your father. For land's sakes, you haven't even had your supper yet. Jim, give the boy a plate. A growing boy like you've got to put some flesh on those bones. Now you sit down here and eat your fill. But not until we said the blessing.
It got pretty rough living in that house. Seemed it was so regular and decent in all their ways.
Look here, Huck. Do you want to go to heaven? Do you want to go to heaven? Well, I'll tell you right now. You better learn to read and you better learn your writing. Or you'll never get to heaven because you won't know how. You may think that the whole thing is silly, but it isn't silly. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't learn to read, then you can't read your Bible, and you'll never get to heaven because you won't know how.
Now Tom and me took our money to Judge Stager. He took and put it up in interest and smashed us $1 a day. That was mighty nice of him, but he thought they gave him the right to tell us what person I should make down.
Look here, Huck, now you better think it over. Do you wanna be a lover like a puppy is now? You better learn to read and you better learn your writing, or you'll never get to heaven cause you won't know how.
Well, and Tom Sawyer wasn't above putting these 2 cents worth in neither. You see, now should be more like those fellas in those adventure books he was always reading. Hey, hey, ain't the situation concerning education aggravating and how? Hey, hey, wanna go to heaven? Well, you better get your lesson or you won't know how. Oh, it seemed like everybody in the whole blame town of St. Petersburg was trying to tell me who I should be.
Here, Huck, do you wanna be a teller? Well, you ought to be, I'll tell you right now. Better learn to read and you better learn to write, or you'll never get to heaven because you won't know how. How you get the situation, concerning education aggravating and how.
I was there.
How could you say we could think like that?
Well, all I meant was I want to go somewhere. Well, I want to change. I'm not particular.
You will. Be like me and you'll go to the good place.
And I don't see no advantage in going where you're going. So I made up my mind and I won't even try for it.
That's it. You pause our sled. Stand up.
Well, then the widow gave me a whipping, which cheered me up a little.
Now you go upstairs, say your prayer, and go to sleep.
But that night, instead of sleeping, I shimmied down the drain pipe and got clean away. It was a lonesome night. There were only a few fires burning in the whole town of St. Petersburg, where there are sick folks, maybe. And the wind was whispering something to me. Like a ghost that can't really make itself understood, so it's gotta go about every night grieving. Woo, woo! Tom Sawyer's there, you? Come on, Huck. Where are we going? Injun Joe's cave. So I followed him through the river and down to the graveyard. And then we took the towpath until we came to the giant scar on the hillside. And there we crawled through a cave whose walls was made of clay. Damp, sweaty, and cold as a corpse. Now we're all gonna start this gang of robbers and call it Tom Sawyer's gang.
Yeah! What's the line of business of this gang?
Nothing, just robbery and murder.
Bully!
Anyone who wants to join has to take this oath and sign his name in blood.
Well, what's it say, Tom?
It swears every boy to stick to the gang and never tell any of its secrets, and if he does, he must have his throat cut, his carcass burned up, the ashes scattered around, his name blotted off the list, never mentioned by the gang again, have a curse put on it, and forgot forever.
Yeah! Real beautiful, Tom. Get that out of your own head?
Some, the rest out of pirate and robber books.
Well, it'd be a good idea to kill the families of the boys who told the secrets, too.
I'll write it in.
But here's Huck Finn. He ain't got a family.
Then we ought to root him out.
Yeah! Everybody's gotta have a family or somebody to kill, or it ain't fair and square for the others.
I almost cried when I thought they weren't going to allow me to be in Tom Sawyer's gang. But just then, I got an idea. Well, there's Miss Watson, the lady who's taking care of me. You can kill her.
Bully!
Huck can come in. Now everybody stick your finger with this knife, get some blood, and we'll seal the oath. If the bunch of us all stick together, and we all go down as one, oh, we can be highway robbers, we can be killers just out to have fun. And if any of you can't keep a secret, well, we'll cut your throat if you tell, then lay it down these 6 feet of ground, cause we were born to raise heck. All together now, we are the boys, all together, forever and always. All together now, we are the boys, we're together forever and always.
Who are we gonna rob? Houses, cattle, or people?
That ain't no sort of stop. We are highwaymen. We stop the stages, kill the people, and steal their watches and money.
Bully!
Now, if the bunch of us all now listen, 'cause here's the part I like best. If we all gotta hold some horses, we could
We could shoot, we could holler,
but we could ride like the devil with. Then go back to the cave and sleep on it, and do it the next night again. All together now, we are the boys. All together, forever and always. All together now, we are the boys. We're together forever and always.
We always kill people.
Oh, certainly. Some authorities may think different, but most it's best just to kill them.
Well, do we kill the women too?
Oh! Joe Harper, if I was as ignorant as you, I wouldn't let on. Kill the women? No! You fetch them to the cave and you're always as polite by them. By and by they fall in love with you and never want to go home.
Well, if that's the way, then I'm agreed.
Good. If the bunch of us all stick together, and we all go down as we all go down, we could be highway robbers, we could be killers just out to have fun. If the bunch of us all form a circle and spout the flames of hell, I'll say, hey, 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 we're taking to the cave and dance until they all fall down. All together now, we are the boys. All together, forever and always. All together now, we are the boys. We're together forever and always. $2.
Like he told
Here's a nickel, now keep your trap shut.
Tom, I gotta be going home anyway.
Alright, go home. We'll get together next week, rob some people, and kill some people.
I can only get out on Sundays. Let's begin on Sunday!
it'd be wicked to do it on Sundays.
You great big sissy!
I'm not.
Our soul!
I'm not.
Our soul!
I'm not.
Our soul!
Let's just get together as soon as possible and fix a day.
So long, Tom. Huck.
They don't seem to know nothing somehow, do they? Perfect sapheads.
How's your life with Aunt Polly?
Dismal. How's yours with the widow?
She won't let me smoke my pipe.
And Polly won't let me either.
Ain't that just the way with people? To get down on something they don't know nothing about? But it's not the widow. It's Miss Watson who's so plain tiresome. She says, all a body has to do in the good place is go around all day with the harp and sing. So I asked her if Tom Sawyer would be there.
What'd she say?
Not to by a considerable sight. No, I was glad about that, because I want you and me to be together. What are we going to do with all our money, Tom?
I don't know, Huck. Just think of it. $6,000 apiece? All gold? Found right here in this cave? What are we gonna do with it?
Light out for the Western Territories.
Thunderation!
That's what I've been thinking.
It's a capital idea. I'll go with you.
Oh, will you?
Just as soon as the year of school's out.
Oh, you don't mean it, do you, Tom?
But sure I do. Just wait and see. Come spring, you and me will steal some horses and go live amongst the Indians. Say, it's getting late. Better get going. See you in class.
But I know Tom didn't mean it. No more than he meant all that talk about robbing and killing. Now, if he wouldn't go with me, who would? I have lived in the darkness for so long, I'm waiting for the light to shine. Far beyond horizons I have seen, beyond the things I've been, beyond the dreams I've dreamed, all the things I've done. In fact, each and every one are the way that I was taught to run. I am waiting for the light to shine. I am waiting for the light to shine. I have lived in the darkness for so long. I'm waiting for the light to shine. When I got back to the widow's, I went up to my bedroom thinking I'd rather live in Sugar Hog's Head again and to be free and satisfied. Well, I had a strange feeling that trouble was coming, but I wasn't sure when it was going to fall on me or what it was going to be.
Start your clothes!
Well, there's the pipe, his old self.
You think you're a good deal of a big bug, don't you, boy?
Oh, maybe I am, and maybe I ain't.
You got yourself a bed, a looking glass. Why, there ain't no end to your heirs, is there? They say you're educated. You can read and write.
I
Think you're better than your father now? Your mother couldn't read, couldn't write neither before she died. None of your family could before they died. I can't. So, let me hear you read!
George Washington was the first president of the United States.
It's so. You can do it. Well, I had my doubts when they told me. You dropped that school, you hear me, boy? Oh, I'll bet for you, my smarty, if I catch you around that school again, I'll tell you good. They say you're rich, how's that?
Hey, Lyle,
I ain't been in this town for 3 days, and I ain't heard nothing except about you being rich. Now, you give me that money, boy. I want it.
What's all this commotion about? Old Finn, what are you doing here?
We'll do this, Miss Watson. I just came to see my boy here. You know I love him so.
If you love him so, where have you been for the past year?
up the river and down, looking for a place where they don't hold a man's taste against him. Then I heard about my son's good fortune. By the way, where is the money?
I ain't got it.
Took under that father.
I gave it to Judge Stites.
Judge Thatcher. Well, we'll see about that.
The next morning, we went to see Judge Stites.
Huck has made a nominal transfer of the money to me and I've put it in a trust. Meanwhile, I pay him the interest of $300 a year.
$300 a year. Well, Your Honor, these women have done a fine job in raising my boy. Anybody can see that. But I'm back now and courts mustn't separate families. I want him to live with me.
All he wants is the interest.
Oh, you do me wrong. Your Honor, I am a man who is often misunderstood.
I can believe.
But up the river, I met me a man that showed me that I have been a fool and fooled away my life. You see, here is a hand that was a hand of the law, but it ain't no more. It's a clean hand now. So take hold of it, shake it, and don't be feared because I tell you, I am a new man.
It's the holiest day on record. Huh? Who do you want to live with?
I like the old ways. But I'm getting to like the new ones too a little.
He's mine, and so's that money. I'm gonna get me a lawyer and I'm gonna take you to court, Judge Thatcher. Meanwhile, the boy stays with me.
Hey, there's nothing we can do about it.
You can't take us off.
Now, legally, you still are the boy's father. But if you harm him in any way, there will be consequences. Now, I'm sorry, son. I never thought your father would come back for you. Things would have been simpler if you had stayed dead.
Come on, boy. First thing I'm gonna do is get you away from that school, huh? I got me a cabin down by the Illinois shore. They can't touch us there. We can live real good on them $300 a year.
They suggested my tank done. Took me to his old log huts in a place where it was so woody you couldn't find it even if you didn't know where it was.
Hey, clean those fish. Ain't I gonna show them who hook being boss is, huh? They call this a government. What kind of government is it that'll try to take a man's son away from him? A man's son who has been put through all the trouble and anxiety of raising.
I don't know, Pat.
Sometimes I got me a mighty notion to leave this country for good. I tell Judge Thatcher so to his face. Well, you dang-gum government, you sorry so-and-sos. You got your damn hands in every pocket of my clothes. Well, you dang-gum, you dang-gum, you dang-gum government. Woo-hoo. Well, don't you know, don't you love them sometimes? You dang-gum government, you better pay attention. You're sitting up there like a fool's convention. You dang-gum, you dang-gum, you dang-gum government. Well, don't you know, don't you love them sometimes? Well, you no selling no good sons of a dead-tan shoe-fitting fire stars. I'd take your no good, god-dang, pre-ambulatory bone frame and nail it to your government walls. All of you, you bastards! Dang gum! You dang gum government, you start rack rackets. You got yourself in this shitty world, and you crack and you dang gum. You dang gum. You daggum! You daggum government, you sorry sons of bitches. You got your damn hand in every pocket of my britches, but you daggum, you daggum government. Ow! Well, don't you know, don't you love them sometimes? Oh.
but light the fire and I'll wrap these fish in cornmeal.
Don't you like living out here in the woods with your old pipe? You can go fishing and hunting, and you can take up cussing again if you like. I ain't got no objections. You can get up when you please, and you don't have to eat off no plate.
Oh, well, that would be right jolly. If you didn't drink so.
Do me a favor, son. Would you do me a favor?
What?
Remember your pipe from a better day.
Oh, now don't talk that way, Pat. We had some good times. Take it all around.
Yes, when a man's got his son all raised up at last, ready to go to work and do something for him, they try to take him away. What kind of government is that? Will you stand still when I'm talking to you, boy? So this how they teach you to act, huh? There ain't no end to your age, he said.
Oh, Papa, let me help you to your cot.
What's that?
Hey, it's a broken stick, Pat.
Oh, no, boy, that's a cottonmouth. Don't go near
No,
it.
Pat, it's just a broken stick.
No. Oh, no. I'm snake bit. That cottonmouth bit me.
No, Pat, that 40-rod whiskey bit.
Oh, no, boy, there's another one. Get him off. Get him off me.
Oh, Pat, you're sick. He got the delirium tremens. Now, lie still with the blanket over here and I'll fetch you some water. Will you lie still?
You're so big and strong. I remember as you was just a tadpole.
Sleep, Pat. That's when I first thought about running off. But I couldn't leave Kite this way. I went over to the window to see if daylight was coming. Won't this night ever end?
Angel of death. I kill you, and you won't come for me no more. Oh, I'm tired. I rest a while and I kill you.
It was just then I wanted to get away from Pipe and the money and all the trouble it caused me. Next morning, Pipe went to town. Now, I've done something so bloody, I shouldn't tell you about it. But I will. I caught a wild pig and chopped down the door of the cabin. Then I slit the pig's throat and spilled its blood all over everything. So people think somebody came in and murdered me. Ha! I throwed in all the fancy touches. Well, Tom Sawyer couldn't have done it better. And like Tom always says, a man's best friend is a hog.
Well, I always heard, but I ain't too sure that a man's best friend is a meat eater. I kind of favor the hog myself about a ham for the hog. Now, a hog ain't nothing but a porky thing, little porky feet with a nose a ring. Pickle them feet, folks, how about a ham for the hog? If you took the notion, I bet a good hog make a heck of a pet. You could teach him to ride and hunt. You could clean him up and let him sit up. Doodly 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 doodly.
Then I got some matches, bishops, a spotlights, and coffee, and crossed over to Jackson's Island and Pike's canoe.
In the scheme of things and the way things go, you might get bit by the old fire, but not that gentle worker, friend. How about a hand for the hog? Hog fell, hog had a cognac. Fell was terrible, as a matter of fact, but that hog was a funny sucker, though. How about a hand for the hog? If you took the notion, I bet you could teach a hog to smoke a cigarette. Well, it might take a little bit of time, but heck, what's time to a hog? The way I see it, it looks like this. Either you ain't, or either you is a true blue lover of the swine, folks. How about a hand for the hog? Doodoo, 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 did it. Thank you.
Sky looks ever so deep when you look up into the moonlight. Oh, everything was dead quiet. And it looked late. And it smelled late. You know what I mean? Just me and the drift logs and the moon. Now, when I got over to Jackson's Island, well, I was feeling tired and sort of lonesome. Well, there ain't no better way to put in time when you're lonesome than sleep. You can't stay, so you soon get over it. So I slept for the better part of 3 days. But then I was awoke by this big boom. Well, through my spyglass, I seen the ferry boat crossing the river. They were firing off a cannon to make my body rise to the top. He floated loaves of bread loaded with quicksilver, because that's supposed to go right to the drowned carcass and stop. Then I knowed my plan had worked and they all thought I was dead. Well, look, there's Judge Thatcher and Pat, and the widow Miss Watson, and Ben Rogers and Joe Harper, and look, there's Tom Sawyer. The looks on their faces. But when they were gone, I felt almost lonely again. So I started exploring the island. I was the boss of it. It all belonged to me. Sort of. Well, anyway, I said to myself, here's a place where everybody doesn't have to be nobody but himself. Up above me, somewhere sitting underneath some tree somewhere, or maybe fishing, or maybe someplace sitting just wishing I was fishing. Oh, huckleberry me, to hereby declare myself to be nothing ever other than exactly what I am, and I'll never change for no one, no matter what they say. If I want to smoke in church, I'll smoke. If I want to pray, I'll pray. Oh, huckleberry me, do hereby declare myself to be nothing ever other than exactly what I am. And I'll never change for no one, no matter what they say. If I want to go to school, I'll go. If I want to stay away, I'll stay away. Huckleberry me, do hereby declare myself to be nothing ever other than exactly what I am. Well, nothing ever other than exactly what I am. Hello, Jim.
Oh, you get back in the river where you belong! Boy, don't you do nothing to old Jim, who was always your friend!
Oh, Jim, I'm not dead. I'm alive. And ever so glad to see you.
You ain't a ghost, is you?
Oh, well, touch me. I'm solid enough. Oh, I have to run away from Pat. He got the delirium tremors and tried to stab me with his Barlow knife, so I faked the whole thing. Well, I talked along, but Jim just stood there. Finally, he says,
Well, you see those birds flying low? Oh, well, that must mean rain. Let's go to my camp.
so I followed Jim to a lean-to he'd built on the Illinois side. Well, this is a mighty fine place you got here, Jim. That must be the biggest catfish ever pulled out of the Mississippi River.
Well, I found them on my trout line this morning. I was just getting ready to clean them up.
Oh, I ain't never seen a bigger one. Hey, what's all this?
Well, trash come floating down here on the high water.
Well, here's a calico gown, then some cigars. Well, there must be a flood somewhere upriver. Say, look at this raft.
Well, that came floating down too.
Hey, Jim, what are you doing here?
You wouldn't tell on me if I was to tell you?
I'm blamed if I would, Jim.
Huck, I'll run off.
Oh, Jim.
Now, you said you wouldn't tell.
I'll stick to it, Jim. Honest, ain't you? Why, people can call me a dirty abolitionist and despise me for it. That don't make no difference. I ain't gonna tell, and I ain't going back theirs anyways. So, let's hear about it.
Well, Miss Watson always said that she won't sell me. But I noticed lately that there's been a slave trade around the place considerable. And that night, when you was killed, well, I creep up to her door and I hear the Mrs. Watson telling the widow Douglas, well, that she's gonna sell me downriver to New Orleans. She don't want to though, but she can get $800 for me, and it's such a big stack of money that she just can't refuse. I never hear the rest. I just lie out. Well, big fish like this eat all sorts of trash in his ears.
I'll say. Here's a spool.
And a horseshoe.
What's this?
Must have been in there a powerful long time for it to coat over so.
It's gold!
Well, what sort of writing is on it?
Spanish, I think. It's the Spanish doubloon, Jim. It's pirate gold. Oh, I reckon this here fish could be 100 years old. Do you reckon so, Jim?
He go along on the bottom. He get older and older and bigger. He here before people come, maybe. Before this here place was a country. When all there was that there big river. I'm going down that river, Huck, to Cairo, where the Mississippi meets the Ohio. Oh, then I'm following the Ohio north to the Free States. I'm going down that raft, Huck, and I'm getting my freedom.
Now I'm going with you, Jim.
You're gonna be in a mighty powerful trouble helping Jim. You're gonna find yourself hanging from a cottonwood tree.
But you can't do it alone. But if I come with you, I can tell people that you belong to me, and they won't bother you.
Will you do that for Jim? Were you a friend, Huck?
Storm's clear. See, Jim, you provision a raft. I'll slip over to the Missouri shore.
Well, what do you want to do that for? It's dangerous.
Well, just to see what's going on.
Well, here's an ocean. Why don't you put this on and go down as a girl?
Well, it's a plain good notion, Jim. This way, nobody'll know.
Well, you better hope nobody sees you. You better travel by dark. And now you better be careful.
Don't worry, Jim.
Now, this ain't no time to be playing the fool, Huck. Now, Jim won't rest until you come back. He's depending on you.
Now, I know I should have had gone. But I was dying to know what people were saying about me, now that I was murdered. When I got over to the Missouri shore, well, I seen there was a light in the window of a shanty. Well, peeping through, I seen there was only a woman there. So I knocked. I wouldn't forget, I was a girl.
Who might you be?
Sarah Williams.
What are you doing out so late, child?
Why, looking for my uncle, Abner Williams. I'm not from these parts. Do you know him?
No, but come on in and rest a spell.
Thank you, ma'am.
My husband will be home in half an hour. Then he can help you find this Abner Williams. Don't you want to take off your bonnet?
No. So, I guess you heard the murder of this boy, Huck Finn.
Indeed I have.
Now, who do you think done it?
Well, at first some said his father. Would you thread this needle for me? What did you say your name was, honey?
Mary Williams.
I thought you said it was Sarah when you first come in.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I did. Sarah Mary Williams, that's the way of it. So, people think his father done it?
Come on now, what's your real name? Bill or Tom or Bob?
Now, please don't poke fun at a poor girl like me, ma'am.
I know your secret.
Well,
You're a runaway apprentice, aren't you?
that's the way of it. My name is George Peters, and my parents are dead. The law bounded me to this mean old farmer out in the country.
All right then, George, but forget and go tell me it's Alexander. Bless you, child, I won't tell on you. Your secret's safe with me. Just be thankful you're not that runaway slave, Jim. The one folks are saying murdered Huck Finn.
Jim!
So they think. I will soon find out. This morning I seen some smoke over yonder on what they call Jackson's Island, where no one ever goes. And I says to myself, now ask up that slave's hideout over there. There's a big reward. My husband and his friend went to go borrow a gun and get a boat. Never going over there around midnight.
Well, I got to go myself, man. There's folks in Goshen who'll take care of me.
Well, go then. You don't think that sort of girl, but I reckon you're not fool so bad. Oh, when you thread a needle, hold the needle still and poke the thread at it. That's what a girl does. Oh, and don't forget your knife.
Jim was laid out sound asleep. Jim! Jim, get up! They're after us. We ain't got a minute to lose.
Well, they haven't got all the provisions aboard
Don't
yet.
forget that. Just shove her out and I'll lay to that pole, Jim.
Got me, oh Muddy Potter, your mysteries are that wide, and I got a need for going someplace, and I got a need to climb up on your back and ride. Look for me when you see me coming. I may be running, I don't know, or I may be tired of running fever. But I'll be headed south to Maui, Ohio. Look out for me, oh mighty water. Your mysteries are that wide. And I got need for going someplace. And I got need to climb up on your back and ride. I'll be down to the painted song. I'll go tomorrow something. But I put my pole. Look out for me, oh mighty water. Your mysteries are that wide. And I got need for going someplace. And I got need to climb up on your back and ride. Look out for me, oh mighty water. Oh mighty water, your mysteries are that wide. I got need for going someplace. And I got need to climb up on your back and ride. Look out for me, oh mighty water. Your mysteries are that wide. I got need for something, and I got need to climb up on your back and
We're traveling by night. Well, 8 nights stretches down to Cairo, where the Mississippi joins the Ohio. And then we'll sail this raft to Maui and catch a steamboat north to the Free States. Oh, you think you're gonna make it, Jim?
Well, give me your left hand.
You know all the signs, do you, Jim?
I know most everyone there is.
What do you see?
Considerable trouble, considerable joy.
Well, that ain't much help. But don't worry, Jim. We got luck.
Oh, that's so long as we don't go do nothing foolish.
You mean like looking at the new moon over your left shoulder?
Well, that, or touching a snakeskin with your bare hands.
No, looking at the new moon's worse. Oh, Hank Bunker done it and bragged about it. And not 2 years later, he got himself drunk and fell off the water tower. Made himself out into some kind of lair, as you might say. And they had to slide in between 2 doors for a coffin.
Well, look sharp, there's something ahead.
Now, the river was still in flood, and all sorts of things had come flooding down on it. Look, Jim, there's a house on Tilted Overlap, and the steamboat killed herself over on the rock.
And the dead body, he's drowned. I reckon he's only been dead a few hours.
Well, I ain't never seen a dead body before.
No, don't look at his face, it's too ghastly.
What's wrong with you, Jim?
Well, I don't want to hear no more about it.
Well, why wouldn't you let me look at him?
Do you want him to come back and haunt us? A dead man's body who isn't buried is more likely to come back and haunt you than one that's panted and comfortable.
Well, that sounded pretty reasonable, so I didn't say no more. When the sun rose, we tied up the raft where nobody could see it and slept. And later, well, I told Jim stories about all the great kings of the world.
I never known there was so many kings. Only as one I ever heard of was King Solomon. Well, that, and if you count the kings on a deck of cards. But there ain't no kings in America now, is there, huh?
Now some say King Louis XIV of France had a little boy, a dolphin, who came over to America when his pa got his head chopped off.
But if there ain't no kings in America, he'd be lonely. He can't get no situation. What would he do?
Join the police force, maybe. Or teach people how to speak French.
Well, why don't the French people just speak the way we do?
Oh, Jim, you couldn't understand the word of it. Suppose somebody came up to you and said, "Parlez-vous français?" Well, what'd you think?
I wouldn't think nothing. I'd take it a bust in their head. That is, if they weren't white.
Oh, it ain't calling you nothing. It's just asking, do you know how to speak French?
Well, why doesn't he just say it then?
He is saying it. That's the French way of saying
Well, it's
it.
the plain ridiculous, and I don't want to hear no more.
Oh, I give up, Jim. It's impossible to learn you anything.
How much do a king get, huh?
As much as he wants. Well, everything belongs to him. Well, a king could get $1,000 a day.
Oh, well, ain't that something? And what do he got to do to get it?
Nothing.
Nothing? You mean he just lays around like we're doing?
Setting things up. Then he fusses with the parliament. And if everybody doesn't go just so, he chops their heads off!
Well, then I reckon we're just as well off as kings,
You're
then.
set to ain't rich.
Oh, I have more money than I ever had, and I'm worth $800. Well, let's make something to eat.
And then we have catfish and cornbread. Or sometimes I lifted a chicken from a farmer and took her along. Well, Pap always said, take the chicken when you got the chance, because if you don't want one, you need to find someone who does. And a good deed ain't never forgot. Of course, I never seen Pap when he didn't want the chicken, but that's what he used to say to me anyway. When it got dark again, we shut off.
Well, you better light that ladder, huh? We don't want to get run down.
Oh, well, sometimes I catch myself thinking about that dead man.
Oh, just forget it, huh? It'll just bring bad luck.
Oh, but I couldn't keep from studying over it, wondering who he was.
Well, look yonder.
Oh, the big night. We went past St. Louis.
Well, what a wonderful spread of lights.
They say there's 20 or 30,000 people live in St. Louis. I never believed it till now.
Oh, Lord. It looks like the whole world just lit up.
Oh, and out of sight. But everybody must be asleep.
Well, 3 more nights should fetch us to Cairo.
Cross into. Hey, Jim, what's that?
Slaves. Tried to run off like me, but they all got caught. So now they cross them back.
So how do you figure that?
I hears it in their singing.
Crossing
spend a single cent. Well, until I get enough money to buy my watch.
I never knowed you had a wife, Jim.
She belongs to a farmer in St. Petersburg. Oh, then we'll both work hard enough so we can buy both of our children.
I'll take a heap of money for that.
Well, if the master won't sell them to me, I'll hire an abolitionist to steal them.
Then my conscience got the trouble in me. This thing I was doing come home, thinks Jim's gonna get free. He's gonna hire somebody to steal that farmer's property. And who's to blame for it?
Me. Well, pretty soon, we'll see the lights of Cairo. Oh, then I'll be shouting for joy, and I'll say, Huck done it. Jim's a free man, and I saw a count of Huck.
Look, Jim, the stars is going out.
We're going into fall. Now we'll miss Cairo.
I'll go forward and make some noise. We'll get run down if we're not careful.
Yo there! Yo! Well, look sharp, Huck. If we miss Cairo, it's all over for Jim. We'll just keep drifting down deeper and deeper into the slave country.
Then my conscience got the trouble in me hotter than ever. Well, I says to it, let up on me. I'll go ashore first light and tell.
Yo there! Yo! Can you see anything? You my friend, ain't you, Huck?
Hi, Jim. They got guns.
Yeah, boy.
Steve Jackson.
Any men on this raft, boy?
One, sir.
5 slaves are enough the other night. Beyond around the bend. Is your man black or what?
Peace. White.
Well, I reckon we come on and see for ourselves.
Well, I wish you would, sir. Because it's my pa, and he's real sick. And everybody goes away when I ask him to help me pull this raft ashore, and I can't do it myself.
Well, that's infernal mean.
Odd, too. Say, boy, what's the matter with your paw?
It's a small pot. Well, it ain't nothing much.
Boy, that's a
Oh,
lie.
please, just don't name us, sir.
Keep away, boy. Confound it, your pa's got the smallpox and you knew it precious well. Well, why didn't you just say so?
Because I knew he'd go away like the others.
Look, boy, here's a $20 gold piece. I feel mighty mean to leave you, but in my kingdom, it won't do to fool with the smallpox.
There's 20 for me, too. Goodbye, Sid. Oh, have you seen the runaway slaves? Make sure to get some help in Davin. You can make some money by it.
Oh, I'll make sure no runaway slaves get by me if I can help it. Oh, I know very well I've done wrong. Then I says to myself, hold on. Suppose you've done right and give Jim up. Would you feel any better than you do right now? No, says I feel worse. Well then, what's the point in learning to do right when it is troublesome to do right and not trouble to do wrong, and the wages is just the same? Oh, Jim, they're gone.
Oh, Huck. No, that was real smart.
And it fetched us $20 apiece. That's that passage on a steamboat north to the Free States.
Oh, Jim ain't never gonna forget this. Well, you're my only friend in this world, Huck. But you're the best friend Jim's ever had.
Well, I'll judge we'll see Cairo by morning. But I'm bound to say, I'll miss this old raft.
Ain't nothing like living on a raft now, is there?
No, it's nothing like floating down the river on a rainy night. Mighty free, easy, and comfortable. River in the rain. Sometimes at night you look like a long white train, winding away somewhere. River, I love you, don't you care if we're on the run? Sunshine in the rain. River, I love you just the same. But sometimes in a time of trouble,
It'd take too long to lay so many.
I allow the moon could have laid them.
Oh, I guess that's kind of reasonable. I've seen a frog lay just as many, so of course it could be done. Hey, one just fell. Now what do you think it means?
I reckon it got spoiled and shoved out of its nest.
These cigars is prime.
Oh, they sure is.
You know, it's lovely living on this raft.
Hi there, can you take us on board?
We ain't got room.
Oh, you gotta help us. We're in danger for the hostile dogs are following us.
Oh, what have you done?
It's all a misunderstanding.
No, all right, come aboard. Yeah, it's shallow water, you can step now.
I reckon we gave them the slip.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything now. We'll be miles downstream by daylight. Say, I'm wondering if you could tell us how far it is to Cairo.
Why, Cairo, you're out in Kentucky, boy.
Did we pass Cairo that fall?
Oh, so it's all up with Cairo.
That slave belong to you?
Of course he does.
You're mighty young, don't you? He wouldn't be a runaway, would he?
Oh, for goodness sakes. Would a runaway slave run south?
No, I wouldn't.
Jim's my only belonging in this world. My pa was killed when this raft was run over by a steamboat. I've had considerable trouble with people believing me and trying to take Jim away from me.
Do you reckon we could travel with you for a few days?
I guess that'd be all right.
We'd be obliged to you.
Well, you can sleep up there on the decks, and when it gets light, we'll stop and have some breakfast.
Are we supposed to sleep on these rough planks? I could catch my death of pneumonia.
Well, it beats that trail we busted out of. Well, what's your usual line of business?
Theater actor. Tragedy, you know. And I also sell an article that takes the tartar off the teeth. And it does too. Generally, the enamel along with it. What about you?
Well, preaching is my specialty, you know. Laying on hands for cancer, paralysis, anything so long as it doesn't work. What say we go together for a while?
I'm not indisposed.
Now, I didn't rightly know what we were going to do now that we'd missed the Ohio. Well, the raft would go upstream, of course. Well, nothing to do now but to keep floating downriver. And as long as we were, no reason not to give them two a lift. Well, anyway, I said to myself, I was sort of feeling the need for a change again. The days were running so smoothly, they were almost dull. But life on the raft became uncommon lively with them two along.
Out, damn spot. For life, 'tis but a tale told by an idiot. 'Tis an unweeded garden that throws to seed. No physic to the dogs. I'll have none of it. Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Is that chicken ready yet?
Almost.
I don't see why we gotta give them many of this here chicken.
We gotta help them, don't we? I'd expect people to do the same for me if I were in trouble. We can eat now.
Ain't you gonna join us?
Alas!
What are you laughing about?
To think I should have lived to be leading such a life, and be degraded down to such company.
Why, you come in a good enough for you?
Yes, it's as good as I deserve. For who fetched me so low when I was high? Myself. One thing I know, there's a grave somewhere for me. Someday I'll lie in it and forget all, and my dear broken heart will at last be at rest.
Well, where are you heaving your busted hard enough for? We ain't done nothing.
I don't blame you, gentlemen. I brought myself down.
Brought yourself down from what?
Oh, you would not believe me. The world never believes the secret of my birth. Oh, but let it pass. 'Tis no matter.
All right, we'll let it pass.
No, I want to hear. What's the secret of your birth?
By rights, I am a duke.
The Duke?
No, you can't mean it.
Yes. My grandfather, the eldest son of the Duke of Bridgewater, fled to this country to breathe the pure air of freedom before he died. He left two sons. The older robbed the younger of his title. I am his descendant, the rightful Duke of Bridgewater. And here am I, torn from my high estate, ragged and heartbroken, and degraded to the companionship of felons on a raft.
Now, how do you like that, Jim? We got a real Duke right here on this raft.
Oh, it's wonderful, mighty wonderful.
Oh, now don't cry, what should we call you?
Well, you could call me your grace, my lord, or your lordship. But I wouldn't mind just plain Bridgewater.
Well, sure, we can do that for you.
And one of you ought to wait on me at dinner.
We'll do any little thing you want done for you, your grace.
Well, then, your lordship, I reckon you better have this here chicken. Well, it's the best portion. Thank you. It's such great comfort to hear you acknowledge me.
Look here, Bilgewater. You know, I'm nation sorry for you, but you know you ain't the only one who's been thrown down wrongfully from a high place or had the secret of his birth. Can I trust you?
To bitter death. Speak,
Bilgewater.
Bridgewater.
I am the late Dolphin.
Well, it's the dolphin, huh? Just like you told me.
Yes, friend, you're looking at the poor, disappeared Dolphin. 17th. Son of Louis the 16th and Mary. Antoinette.
You, at your age? No, a dolphin is a mere youngster. You look 600 or 700 years old, at least.
Trouble's done it, Bilgewater. Trouble's known these gray hairs and claiming for chip on the tooth. Yes, friend, you see before you in blue chains and misery, the wanderer in exile trampled on and rifled. King of France.
Well, we're not sorry for you, King.
But we're about proud to have you along, too.
How can we make you feel better?
Don't have one name when you speak to me. And always call me Your Majesty.
Well, then, your Majesty, I reckon you better have this here portion. And your lordship, well, here's a portion for you.
Of course, it didn't take me long to realize there were no real kings and dukes. But it tickled me to see the way they had old Jim fooled.
Well, what's the matter, Bilgewater? You don't have to be so standoffish. Why? Your family saw considerable by my father used to have all the dukes of Bilgewater over the palace considerable.
You know, I think you have the makings of an actor in you.
Me?
Has your Majesty ever trod the histrionic boards?
No, never done in the play either. I was too small and probably used to have more palace. You think you can learn me how?
Easy. And it could be profitable. Very profitable.
Well, we're gonna make a great team, Bilgewater. There's ships to be short and all up and down this river.
No. And you and I are just the people to do it. When the sun goes down in the south and the moon comes up in the east, well, step right up and see the wonder of the ages. It's a guaranteed visual feast.
When the darkness falls on the town and the North Star starts to rise.
Oh, you can't imagine other days in the air, created by a couple of guys. Well, anybody wondering what they're gonna see is gonna have to ante up a dollar for the ticket.
And anybody wondering what's going on
is gonna find out when they chase through the thicket. When the darkness falls on the town and the North Star starts to rise. Oh, you can't imagine other days in the air, created by a couple of guys. I'm used to playing Romeo, so you can be Juliet.
But Juliet's young gal, ain't she? White whiskers and field head. Look, I'm calling on her making.
No! These country hits won't ever think of that. And besides, you'll be in costume. And that makes all the difference in the world. Now, Juliet is on a balcony, enjoying the moonlight before she goes to bed. Repeat after me. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou?
Romeo! Romeo! We're found out!
No. Juliet is a mere child of a girl. She doesn't pray like a jackass. When the sun goes down in the south and they see it standing flat, well, step right up and see the do-wop Barkley do the do-wop ditty on the clothesline. When the darkness falls on the town and the North Star's done to rise, oh, you can imagine the menagerie air created by a couple of guys.
Oh, this ain't no bad thing, Bildwater. We got transportation, grub, and the most sweat it can be useful.
So it could.
And if anything else, we could always sell. Slade. Now, come on, my boys. Come on.
When the sun goes down in the south and the moon comes up in the east, well, step right up and see the wonder of the ages. It's a guaranteed visual feast. When the darkness falls on the town and the North Star's starting to rise, oh, you can't imagine something that's in the air created by a couple of guys. Anybody wondering what they're going to see?
It's the man there, you have to know for the ticket.
Anybody wondering what's going on?
He's gonna find out when they chase through the thicket. When the darkness falls on the town and the North Star's starting to rise, oh, you can't imagine something that's in the air created by a couple of guys. When the sun goes down in the south and the moon comes up in the east, well, step right up and see the wonder of the ages. When the darkness falls on the town and the North Star's starting to rise, oh, you can't imagine something that's in the air created by a couple of guys. You can't imagine something that's in the air created by a couple of guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a 15-minute intermission. Concessions will be sold in the hallway outside the door on the Kahului side of the auditorium. We also ask that you do not bring any food or beverages back inside with you. Thank you.
I was having a good old time studying them two rascals. When they weren't rehearsing Shakespeare, the king showed me how to do card tricks, and the duke lectured on the science of chronology. They had as many schemes as a possum does ticks, and I was learning a lot from their monkey shines.
Aha! Ayla! 1, 2, 3. Ha 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 ha! Oh!
Romeo, where's for out there?
No! No, this is hopeless.
Oh, I'll get her better than Bilgewater. I'll knock the spots off of any acting you ever saw.
No, what we shall perform is a different type of drama altogether.
You mean we won't be doing Shakespeare no more?
These yokels aren't up for your Juliet. They want comedy. Low comedy. Maybe something even worse than low comedy. And I have just the part for you.
Do you?
You secure the African. You, boy, come with me, and see that you follow every move that I make.
So the Duke and me went into Bricktown, Arkansas to find some paying customers. But why they called it Bricktown, I don't know. There wasn't a brick in the whole place. Well, the one road was made of mud, and the only people in sight was an ornery-looking bunch of loafers.
Pass me a chow tobacco, Leif.
I just gave me last one to Andy. What are we gonna do today, wife? Too hot to do anything, Andy? Maybe there'll be a dog fight later on. I hope so, 'cause ain't nothing to wake me up and make me feel happy all over like a good dog fight.
Stop there!
Well, say pour turpentine on a dog and set fire to him. Fight it's better like a dog fight.
Gentlemen!
Gentlemen!
You're not a gentleman.
All willing and able should step right up and follow me to purchase their tickets for the show of the century.
Now what's he so excited about?
Sounds like another one of the medicine shows.
Tonight, on the shipwrecked showboat Sir Walter Scott, the sublime poetry of William Shakespeare. And a freak of nature, brought to you at great expense from the jungles of Borneo, the Royal Nonsuch.
Royal Noonsage? What's a Royal Noonsage?
How shall I describe it? It is neither a son of Adam nor a daughter of Eve, but partakes of characteristics from both. She's got one big breast in the middle of her chest and an eye. So says I, look in the eye, you're better off looking up alone. Whoever you are, wherever you've been, you come this far, well, come on in, see the nonsense.
Nonsense!
I get up early, I stay up late, I've seen it before, but I still can't wait to see the nonsense.
Nonsense! Got one big breast in the middle of her chest and an eye.
So says I, look in the eye, you're better off looking up alone. Only 50 cents, the one half part of $1, someone's 10 cents. But because the nonsense will be exhibited in a state of nature, no ladies will be permitted. But the education of no man or boy is complete until he has witnessed this shocking spectacle. No ladies permitted.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Believe you me, it's the best of the best. I know what I'm saying. I'm saying the rest. The nonsense. It'll strike you blind with a heave in the side, but come up close enough to risk one eye at the nonsense. She's got hound dog ears and hang idea and looks at the so says I, you look in the eye, better off looking up below. So says I,
place full of nuns.
It ain't no woman and it ain't no man and it don't wear a friendly clothes. So says I, look pretty eye, you better off looking up below. She's got one big breast and a rejected life. So says I, look pretty eye, you better off, look for one big breast and a rejected life.
To be or not to be? That is the bear Baldwin that makes calamity of so long a life. For who would Bartle's bear? To Burnham would to come to Dunsinane, but that the fear of something after death murders the innocent sleep and makes us rather sling the arrows of outrageous Thornton than fly to August. We know not how. There's the respect must give us pause. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would Douglas, or who would bear the whips and scorns of time, and the claims, which his pangs might take in the dead waste and middle of the night, when churchyards yawn in customary suits of black, but that the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, breathes forth contagion on the world. And like the cat in Adam, I sickly door with care. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. But soft dew, the fair Ophelia, open not thy ponderous marble jaws, but get thee to a nunnery. Go! Thank you. That was Hamlet's immortal soliloquy. And now, for the second part of our show. Introducing the most shocking spectacle ever performed. The incredible, the unbelievable, the royal nonsense. It's vicious. The fat beast! What is it? This great tragedy will be performed only 2 nights more on account of pressing London engagements. The seats are already sold for it in Drury Lane.
That's all there is to it.
Well, if we have succeeded in pleasing and instructing you, we'll hope you'll mention the show to your friends.
Oh, Torrance, the tragedy is Torrance,
We've been took, mighty badly took. But now, we don't want to be the laughing stock of the whole show. Now,
Give me that!
No!
Yes!
No! Now, what we ought to do is top this show up and then sell the rest of the town. And then we all be in the same boat. And now, ain't that sensible?
Yeah, that's right, right.
Yeah, and
$135.
No women and children. I knew that would get you.
Oh, now look here, Your Grace. We got away with it tonight, but what about tomorrow? Well, I got an idea. They might want to make things hot for us.
Why, tomorrow? They come to the theater, we take their money as usual, they take their seats, and then...
Yeah?
We'll sit by the river like the Dickens right after us.
Never again!
You were magnificent. You hauled in a wagon load of money tonight, and tomorrow...
There ain't gonna be no tomorrow. There has to be a better way of making money instead of turning me into a public spectacle. We're leaving tonight.
So, you came off to celebrate, and I went back to the raft thinking how great them two was. How they made fools of the whole town and a pot of money besides. Well, the raft was pulled up in this little cove. Well, by now, the two were keeping Jim chained up all the time. But when I seen the getup they made him wear so nobody'd think he was a runaway, I just had to laugh. Oh, I decided to play a joke on him.
Look yonder.
Who's there?
Ain't that a runaway? I believe he is. Let's get him, guys.
You stay there where you are, I'll knock your brains out. Oh, God. It's just you.
Oh, Jim, that was so comical. Of course it's me, you simpleton. But I guess you believe just about anything now, wouldn't you?
Oh, now don't you do me that way, Buck Finn.
Blamed if you aren't the horriblest looking outrage I ever did see, Jim. You look like a man that's been drowned in 9 days.
Well, I was so happy to see you, I could have got down on my knees and kissed your foot. But all you was thinking about was making a full of Jim. Now just go on, get out of my sight.
Oh, now, Jim, don't be talking trash.
Trash? You the one who is trash. Trash is the people that put dirt on the heads of their friends and they make them ashamed.
All right, just sit there. It was almost 15 minutes before I could work myself up and go humble myself before a slave. But I've done it. I ain't sorry for it neither. I'm sorry, Jim.
Well, now you just come here, Buck. We is all right now, but I suspect that those kings, they aren't no real kings after all.
No, well, I reckon they're low-down frauds and humbugs. But you gotta go along with them for your sake.
Well, can't we just get rid of them so things can be like the way it was before?
No.
You'll think of something, Huck. You're the only white person that ever kept their word to Jim. I see the same stars through my window that you see through yours, but we're worlds apart, worlds apart. I see the same skies through brown eyes that you see through blue, but we're worlds apart, worlds apart. Just like the earth, just like the sun, two worlds together are better than one. I see the sunrise in your eyes that you see in mine, but worlds apart, worlds apart.
I see the same stars through my window that you see through yours, but worlds apart, worlds apart. And you see the same
poor little Elizabeth and my poor little Johnny.
Them your children, Jim?
Those are my children. But I suspect that I'll never see them no more. It's funny. You see, I can hardly sleep now for thinking of them. Last night, I thought I heard a door slam all the way over there on the other shore. It reminded me of when my little Elizabeth, she was just 4 years old. Oh, she just got over Rosabella scarlet fever. But one day I says to her, shut the door. But she just stands there, kind of smiling at me. So I says to her again, do you hear me? Shut the door. But she just done me the same way. I was a bawling now. So I says to her out loud, "Lay I make your mind," and I fetch her slap across her head, and I sent my child flying. I went into the room, and when I come back 10 minutes later, she was still standing there, but tears were just streaming down her face. And before I could hear it again, along came the wind, and it shut that door, bang! And my God, my child never moved. I grabbed my child and I said, Lord God Almighty, forgive Jim. Because he ain't never gonna forgive himself as long as he lives. That fever left her deaf and dumb, plumb, deaf and dumb. And I've just been treating her so.
Nah, I know it ain't nature. But Jim cared for his people just as much as white people do for theirs.
Good morrow to you, my boy.
Dude, why we gotta keep Jim chained up all the time? There's nobody to save him.
No, my boy. Chains are the proper thing for all times. We must maintain a sense of unity, as they say on board.
King, I reckon me and Jim will be going on our way now.
Well, I reckon you won't. But the Duke and I will be parted. We think you got possibility.
Oh, I don't want any part of your schemes.
That slave ain't yours. You're a slave stealer, my boy, it's clear. And if you think anyone would take the word over a scoundrel, pull over two fine gentlemen like ourselves. There's another thing coming. Now let's not hear any more of that high-toned talk. Now, what's that town over there?
Hillsboro.
Let's drop over there and see if we can't get some sort of project going. Now that we got these store-bought dubs, we can pass as rich folks in. We don't have to try that on such one. Dolphins, that's you.
Yes, your majesty.
Come on, for my valley.
Arkansas, Arkansas, I just love old Arkansas. Love my ma, love my pa, but I just love old Arkansas. Well, I never traveled much, but someday when the money's such, I'd like to see the world and I'll take a run through Arkansas.
So we went into the town of Hillsboro, where we met a young fellow who was fishing, who told them everything they needed to know.
I'd like to get my picture took and put it in my memory book. Someday hang it on my wall, say that I've seen Arkansas. Arkansas, Arkansas, I just love old Arkansas. Love my ma, love my pa, but I just love old Arkansas.
Could you be the Reverend Harvey Wilkes?
I could be.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Reverend, but you ain't come on time. Your brother Peter died last night.
Oh no.
And to think, you come all the way from Sheffield, England, and you ain't seen your brother since you was 6 years old. It's so sad.
Oh yes, terrible sad, but I guess we all have to go one way or another, don't we?
Yes, Cyril, that's what my mother used to say. But you better go to your brother's house right now. He left a letter with your niece, Mary Jane, saying how he wants all his property divided up.
Did he now? You look like a clever young lad, but I bet you couldn't tell me who this is.
Certainly, thanks to poor afflicted brother William, who's deaf and dumb. Well, good day to you, Reverend. I'm off to see my uncle in Rio de Janeiro.
Well, good day to you, my boy, and God blessing on you. Did you get all that, Baldwin?
I did.
Well, you're ready to give the performance of your life, because we're going to take these lads for all their work. Your brothers, they're dead, rich man, one for you. And me. Come along, you guys.
My grandpa, he was always good and I had horsey on his foot. He told me when I get tall, we gon' go see Arkansas. Arkansas, Arkansas, I just love old Arkansas. Love my mom, love my pa, but I just love old Arkansas. I just love old Arkansas. Arkansas, Arkansas, I just love old Arkansas. Love my mom, love my pa. I just love old Arkansas. Understand his moving hand and love for me and you. How blessed we are as children of a God whose love is real. Enough to touch each one of us is part of Him. I feel. I honor Thee, I honor Thee, to whom my love is bound. How blessed be forever we are bound to Him as now.
Blessed we are as children of a God so good and true to understand His moving hand and love for me and you. Blessed we are as children of a God whose love is real, enough to touch each one of us is part of Him. I feel. I honor Thee, to whom my love is bound. How blessed be forever we are bound to as a
Is this the home where Mr. Peter Wilkes lives?
Oh, this is where we did park. He's up there on the ice. We went to Glory yesterday afternoon.
Oh, alas! My poor brother, gone, and I never got to see him. Oh, it's doing you harm.
Oh, why, you must be my Uncle Harvey.
Why, yes, I'm Harvey, and this is William, and my dear must be Miss Mary Jane.
I am. And these are my sisters, Susan and Joanne.
One was stone-faced, and the other had a hair lip. Oh, but Miss Mary Jane was real pretty.
Here's a letter my
can't see. Give 3,000 in gold in the house to Miss Mary Jane, and 6,000 in gold to William and me.
And here it is.
Let us pray. My poor brother that lays yonder has done generously by those of us who have been left behind in this vale of sorrows. And we know he would have done more generously by his daughters, had he been afraid of wounding William and me. What sort of uncles would we be to rob such poor lambs? Here you go, Miss Mary Jane. Take the 6,000.
Oh, you dear good souls, how could you?
Good heavens.
What cancer?
These aren't your uncles. Why, they're nothing but the thinnest kind of imposters.
Why, this must be my brother's loyal friend and advisor.
Don't you touch me, you ignorant tramp. Yes, you talk like an Englishman, don't you? Why, it's the worst imitation I've ever heard.
But he knew our names, and if they were imposters, why should he refuse my father's legacy?
Mary Jane Wilkes, I was your father's friend, and I'm your friend too. And I warn you, as a friend, honest, turn these pitiful scoundrels out of your house and have nothing more to do with them. Will you?
Here's my answer. Keep the money, all of it. Invest it for me any way you choose. We open our house and our heart to you, and I place myself and my affairs completely in your hands.
Oh, it was enough to make a person ashamed of the human race. Well, King told everybody to go home and come back tomorrow when he was gonna preach his brother's funeral sermon. Well, Miss Mary Jane fed them two frauds and told them they could stay right there in the house. Well, now her and her sisters were wonderful people, and I says to myself, it just ain't right to let that old reptile rob her of her money. So that night, when the late sounds had quit and the early ones hadn't begun, I slipped upstairs and took the gold. I judged I better hide these somewheres. Then I heard somebody call me. names of where I hid the money. The words just dried up in my throat.
Dear friends, before my brothers laid in the ground, I want to say how grateful we are to see everyone here at this funeral orgy. We wanted to make this a public funeral orgy. Poor William, afflicted as he is, his heart is always right. He tries to make everyone feel welcome, but he needn't worry, that's just what I'm at. Everyone should be here, for my brother has respected everyone. Therefore, it is fitting that his orgies should be public. I say orgies, not because it's a common term. Obsequencies being the common term, but because orgy is the right term. Obsequencies ain't used in England no more. It's gone out. It's the word made up of the Greek orgo, outside, spoken abroad, and the Hebrew jism, compliant, cover up, hence in turn. But let's not linger here any longer, but bid goodbye to him that lays yonder cold but joyful.
Cemetery, and I watched them screw the lid on that coffin and lower it to the ground. In trying to bear this situation, I have worsened it 100 times, and I wish to goodness I'd just let it alone. That fixed the whole business.
Miss Mary Jane! Miss Mary Jane! Alice! What's wrong? They sold us! Your uncle done it. He sold my girl to Memphis. He sold me John River to New Orleans. Now I've never seen my child again, but as long as I live.
Oh, Mama. Oh, Mama. Oh, Mama, they sold us, Mama. What is this?
Miss Mary Jane, my congregation and I will be worried about my brother and I if we don't get back. So we got to settle the estate and leave right now. So I'm auctioning off your house and selling your slaves. Now I want you to come and live with us in England.
England?
Yes, you can make a fresh start there, and your relatives will be honored to take care of you.
Oh, but you can't separate Alice and I'm done.
We placed your affairs completely in our hands, Miss Mary Jane. What's done is done.
Oh, Mama, no, Mama. Oh, Mama, please, Mama. No! No!
My heart to see them women cry for grief. So I decided I'd chip in and change the general tune. May I have a word with you, Miss Mary Jane?
Yes.
Nah, I've been watching you and, well,
Please, go on.
You got more grit than any girl I ever seen. Oh, my opinion, you're just full of grit, Miss Mary Jane. Does that sound like flattery?
No. Thank you, Adonis. I've been watching you too, and I think you're a fine young man.
She laid her silky hand on mine, and I thought I was just gonna die. Oh, no, I just wish you wouldn't grieve so.
I
How can I help it? When Alice and her daughter will never see each other again.
Oh, but they will. Inside of 2 weeks, I just know it.
Oh, say it again. Oh, please, say it again, say it again.
Come on, just hold on for a second. Here's a situation if I ain't blessed that the truth is safer than a lie. Oh, I ain't never seen nothing like it. So I says to myself, I'll change it this time. Though it does seem like sitting on a powder keg and touching it off just to see where you'll go. There's something you gotta know, Miss Mary Jane.
Yes?
No, don't you holler, you just sit there and take it like a man.
Oh, I'll do the best I can.
Them uncles of yours ain't your uncles at all. They're frauds.
Oh, I knew it! I knew it! Come on, don't waste a minute. Let's go tell the sheriff.
Now, hold on. If you go and blow on them, there'll be another person named Jim who'll be in real big trouble.
I'll show them trouble. I'll have them tarred and feathered and thrown into the river.
The sale of your slaves won't count when it comes out they're imposters. Just leave the house long enough for me and Jim to get away. Then go to the sheriff.
All right, I will.
And there's one more thing. That bag of money.
Oh, they have it. It makes me feel pretty silly to think how.
Oh, they ain't got it. I hid it.
Where?
In the... Oh, well, you know, I'd rather not tell you right now. But, I'll leave you a note.
All right. I'll do everything you told me. Must you leave? If you were to stay, I should be your truest friend.
No, I gotta go.
All right. Goodbye. I shan't ever forget you. Oh, but I'll think of you many a time. And I'll pray for you, too.
Oh, pray for me? Well, I reckon if she knowed me, she'd have taken on a job that was nearer to her size. But I'll bet she done it. She had the grit to pray for Judas if she took the notion. And when it came to beauty and goodness, she lay over them all. No, I ain't never seen her since she went out that boat. No, I ain't never seen her since. But I reckon I thought about her a million of times. Did the morning come too early? Was the night not long enough? Does a tear of hesitation fall on everything you touch? Now there might just be a lesson for the hasty heart to know. Maybe leaving's not the only way to go.
Maybe then let your feelings grow accustomed
now?
No, but I did see slaves tiptoe in and out this morning.
Great guns, this is a go!
I thought they were doing up your room and found your majesty asleep.
We gotta swallow it and say nothing. We can still make a pile with the auction.
No, I think our luck's run out.
Oh, shut up. You stay there, you listening? Oh, no, not you. You get moving.
Maybe we should slide out of here while we still have the chance.
Leave all this property while there's $8,000 or $9,000 here just suffering to be sold. Here's what you do, Bilgewater. You go down to the river, you sell that boy a slave. You take what you can get, as long as it's enough for two steamboat tickets out of here. And when the auction's over, we'll vanish.
I'll do it.
And see that you come back. Where are you going?
Just out for some fresh air, your
I'm not
majesty.
completely satisfied you were telling the truth. Why are you gentlemen here for the auction?
I'm Sheriff Bell.
Well, it don't start for another hour.
We're not here for the auction, my good man. We're here to ask you some questions.
Well, who do you think you are?
The real Harvey Wilkes?
Gives me a stomach ache in my very heart to think there might be such frauds in the world.
We got two heirs contending here, and I don't know which one's authentic. But you pays your money and you takes your choice. But the first thing I want to know is, where's the $9,000 of gold Miss Mary Jane give you?
Alas, the slave stole it.
I'm pretty satisfied that you ain't real. But for all I know, you're both imposters.
I've thought of something. Is there anyone here who helped lay out my brother?
Me and that Turner done it.
Then perhaps this gentleman could tell us what was tattooed on his breast.
Why, yes, I can tell you it was a small, thin blue arrow. Yes, that's what it was.
Nonsense. What you saw were the initials PBW, written in faint blue ink. Isn't that correct?
No, I never saw no tattoo at all.
They're all frauds.
Let's get them.
Let's drown them.
Let's duck them.
Let's ride him on a town on a rail.
Let's get them.
Gentlemen, if you please, there's only one way to settle this. Let's go dig up the corpse and look for ourselves.
For the loser.
This is the most awful trouble, the most dangerous I've ever been in. Everything's going so different from what I'd allowed for.
Look, there's the coffin.
Oh, I kept hoping Miss Mary Jane would show up, but it didn't look like she was going to.
Father Jingo, there's a sack of gold right on his breast.
But when everybody busted in for a look, I lit out for the road. Well, I had it all to myself, and how I did clip along. And somehow through the dark and the rain, I found my way back to the raft. Jim! Jim, it's me, huh? We're all right now. But Jim was gone. Figuring he busted the chain, I sat down and waited for him. I waited for hours. Jim!
Help me.
Duke! Is that you?
I'm dying of thirst.
Well, where's Jim?
I sold him.
You sold him?
I got $40 from the bond.
After all we've been through and after all we've done for you, you go and make him a slave again on his lap and among strangers for $30.
I got us steamboat tickets. First class for our escape. The mob met me on the way back. I told the king we should have slid. If he hadn't been so greedy. Look at me. I look like a slave myself.
You do look pretty funny. It's what you deserve. Now who sold you to? Who?
Silas Phelps. He lives 2 miles down the road.
Can you stand?
It's so hot in here. I can't get any air. You've got to help me.
get out of here. Never. I'll die in here.
For all he done to me, couldn't feel no hardness to him. Human beings can be so cruel to each other. When it came to me all of a sudden that here was the hand of God, letting me know that I've been watched over all along from above. And that people who helped the slaves I'd done were the ones that went to the everlasting fire. I decided to pray to see if I could stop being the kind of boy I was. But you can't pray a lot. I found that out. I'll write a letter, then see if I can pray. Miss Watson, your runaway slave Jim is down here 2 miles south of Hillsborough. Mr. Phelps will put him up for the reward if you see him. Huckabee. I felt light as a feather. Washed the cleanest sin for the first time in my whole life. But then I got to thinking about Jim. I've seen him before me all the time. We're floating along and talking and singing and laughing. Him telling me he's his only friend in the world. All right, I'll go to hell. I'll take up wickedness again, which is my line being brought up to it. For starters, I'll steal Jim out of slavery again. And if I can think of something worse, I'll do that too. Cause as long as I'm in and in for good, I might as well go whole home. I have lived an undirected life, a cloudy way. I know the only way I do. So the things I've done in back each and every one are the way that I was taught to run.
Don't say ma'am, say inside. Your Uncle Silas went to town to fetch you. He'll be back any minute. He got started late because he bought the runaway slave yesterday. A stranger sold his chance in it for $40.
Then I know that I found the Phelps place.
Silas made a place for him in the shed down by the ash heap. I expect we can sell for a pretty good piece of money. But say, you ain't told me nothing about sister yet. Now you tell me everything, how the folks are, what they're doing, what they told you to tell me, and every last thing you can think of.
I seen I was up a tree.
Hey, here comes Silas. You get under the table, we'll play a joke on him.
Well, you ain't come.
Oh, well, goodness gracious. Where in the world could he be?
Well, I know what to make of it. I'm at my wit's end and I don't mind acknowledging it.
Well, look yonder. Ain't got him coming up the road.
Oh, where? Well, who are you?
Well, who do you reckon?
Well, I ain't no idea.
It's Tom Sawyer.
Oh, I almost slumped through the floor.
Oh, I ain't seen you since you was a baby. Oh, you've grown.
Oh, what a joyful moment.
If they were feeling joy, it was nothing to what I was feeling. I was so glad to find out who I was. It was like being born again.
And I've been looking for you every day this week.
Well, his boat's blown a cylinder head.
Oh, anybody hurt?
No, sir. Killed the slave.
Well, it's lucky. Because sometimes people do get hurt. See, 2 years ago last Christmas, I was coming up from the New Orleans on the old Lally Rook. She blowed a cylinder head and crippled me. Oh, I think he died thereafter. Oh, he was a Baptist.
Then I got to thinking, suppose the real Tom Sawyer comes up here any moment. Well, I figured I better go way late. So I told the Phelps I was going for my baggage.
Oh, yes, I recollect now he did die. Mortification had set in, they had to amputate him. Yes, I believe it was mortification. Lord, they say he was a sight to look at. They say he turned blue and died in the hope of a glorious resurrection.
Of course, I seen him coming. Hold on!
What you want to come back and haunt me for? I ain't never done you no harm.
I ain't come back, I never been gone.
Honest Injun, you ain't a ghost.
Honest Injun.
But look here, weren't you ever murdered at all?
No, not at all. I played it on him. Come here and feel if you don't believe me.
Well, what have you been doing with yourself?
Having a grand, mysterious adventure that I ain't got the time to tell you about right now.
I'm visiting my Aunt Sally Phelps.
No, I know that. I'm there right now playing you. Now, here's the thing, Tom. Your Uncle Silas has got Jim locked up in his shed.
Oh, Miss Watson's here?
He's been traveling along with me. Now, here's the more important thing. I'm gonna steal Jim out of slavery.
But you don't need...
I know what you're gonna say. It's a dirty, low-down business. But what if it is? I'm low-down, too. And I'm gonna steal him. And you're not gonna let on, are you?
I'll help you steal.
You're joking.
I ain't joking.
Well, I'm bound to say, Tom, you just felt considerable in my estimation. Tom Sawyer, a dirty abolitionist, I can't believe it.
I'm going to do it. Didn't I say I was going to?
Yes.
Well then.
All right, here's my plan. I'll fetch my raft.
Raft.
And first dark night, I steal the keys to the shed from your uncle's breeches.
Breeches.
We release Jim and shove off down river. Won't that work?
Work? Oh, certainly. But it's too simple. What's the good of a plan if it ain't no more trouble than that? It's as mild as goose milk. Let me think.
So he thought.
We'll dig him out.
Dig?
With spoons.
Spoons?
It should take about a week. As things stand, it's just too simple. That's what's so right difficult to come up with a difficult plan. I bet there ain't even a watchdog here sleeping. I bet there ain't even a moat. If we have time, the night we escape, we could dig one. How's that sound?
I seen Tom's plan was worth 15 of mine for style would get Jim just as free. And might get us both killed besides. I'm satisfied.
Bully, let's go look at that shed.
Oh, it's just a little shed with a padlock on the door and a board nailed across the window. Oh, well, say, Tom, we could bust this board right out.
I could hope you could think of something a little more complicated than that.
Well, hey, good lad, ain't that tall?
We're here to set you free, Jim.
Well, I could have got out of this window a whole long time ago. Only how am I going to travel with this 10-foot chain on my leg?
Let me think.
So he thought.
No one do. There ain't no necessity for it.
It's a necessity for what?
Chop his leg off!
No, there ain't no necessity for that.
Well, some of the best authorities have done. He'll need a rope ladder. Send it down in pie. He can write notes using rust and tears for ink, like, here's a captive heart busted. Like the IMS done.
Look, Tom, I'm all for the adventure of digging Jim out, but maybe we could simplify the plan. Your Uncle Silas is gonna be selling Jim any day now, so we ain't got forever.
Well, that's so.
Will you hide in the woods and come back at moonrise? I'll bring the spoons. So long, Jim.
I'll see you tonight, Tom.
Oh, Jim, you got any spiders in there?
Bless you, Tom. I don't want none. I just assume have a rattlesnake.
That's a good idea. Where could you keep it?
Well, keep what?
A rattlesnake!
Oh, Tom.
You could tame him, Jim, by singing him songs. So he'd love you and sleep with you and let you put his head in your mouth for a favor.
I let him wear a pop for a long time before I'd ask him.
Here you are loaded down with the best chances of any prisoner who's ever had a chance to make a name for themselves, and you won't even try? Don't you see the sense in it?
No, I don't see any sense in it. But then, you're right.
If only we had a little more time. We could keep this up the rest of our lives. Leave Jim to our children to get out. I'd spend this over 80 years if I had my way.
I wish but only I could spread my wings and fly and let this grounded soul be free for just a little while. To be like eagles when they ride upon the wind and taste the sweetest taste of freedom for my soul, and I'd be free at last, free at last. Drink hard almighty, I'd be free at last, to let my feelings lie, but harm and not combine, and hurt this always hurt heart that needs to rest a while. I wish my only I would spread my wings and fly and taste the sweetest taste of freedom for my soul, and I'd be free at last, free at last. Drink on almighty, I'd be free at last, free at last, free at last. Drink on almighty, I'd be free at last. Oh, I'd be free at last. Oh, I'd be free at last. Drink on almighty, I'd be free at last. I'd be free at last. I'd be free at last. Drink on almighty, I'd be free. I'd be free.
That night, we busted Jim out of captivity.
It'll only take a few more days.
Oh, we ain't got a few more days, Tom. Hey, Jim! Take this cold chisel and bust the chain off your foot.
Well, that done it, who's there?
Everybody get that. What's your Uncle Silas doing here?
He's come to stop us from stealing Jim.
Well, how'd he find out?
I wrote him an anonymous letter from an unknown friend saying there was a gang of cutthroats in the Indian Territory and stealing Jim was their hellish design.
What'd you do that for?
Well, after all this hard work and trouble, this plan will go perfectly flat without somebody to prevent it.
Well, that's the way I would have liked it.
I'll distract him, you two escape, meet at the raft.
Well, me and Jim went to the raft, and the dogs was after us, making bow wow for a million. When we got down to the river in the raft, the sound of them got dim and died out, and I knew we were safe. Jim, did he make it? Tom!
Now, Jim, you're a free man again.
Oh, that was a mighty good job. It was planned beautifully, and boy, it was done beautifully. I couldn't think of anyone who could think of a plan as more mixed up and as splendid as that one. But I'm mighty glad to be free.
And I'm mighty glad that job is over.
And I'm gladdest of all because I've got a bullet in my leg.
What? He's losing blood!
Boys, we don't alligator. Now you gotta get on that river, Jim.
You too, huh?
You bet we don't.
I'll be safe here, now shove off.
I don't let you step out of this place unless there's a doctor.
I'll get to town and get one.
But first you gotta blindfold him and swear him to silence and give him the person.
Jim, hide in the woods when he hears coming. Hide until the doctor leaves.
Well, hurry up, because I can't stop the bleeding.
When I got to the doctor's office that morning, I shoved right past all the sick folk waiting in front of me.
Help! Help!
Me and my brother was camping on Spanish Island, and he got shot, and you gotta come right away.
Simmer down, boy, and tell me, who's your folks?
The Phelps down yonder.
How'd you say he got shot?
He had a dream, and it shot him.
A singular dream.
No, what I meant was he must have been dreaming, and the gun went off and shot him in the leg. But you gotta come right away and not tell anybody, because we're supposed to be home tonight and we want to surprise our folks. Come on, mister.
Mr. Phelps, this may be one of the people you're looking for. Do you know him?
Well, that's my nephew Tom, who disappeared last night.
He says his brother's been shot in the leg and is lying sick over in Spanish Island.
He ain't got no brother.
You see, boy, Mr. Phelps here because some people stole a slave last night. He thinks he wounded one. They might be looking for a doctor. Do you know anything about that?
I ain't talking.
Well, who are you then? Be you one of the gang that stole my slave?
Don't look too dangerous to me, Silas. I'm going to Spanish Island, see if I can get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll send a couple of my men along with you.
Send them after me if someone's hurt. I don't intend to wait around.
You better loosen your jaw, boy. You got a heap of talking to do.
Is there anybody here?
Boys, don't stop now. Let's go boot it down the river.
Hold still, boy. You're one sick little cuss.
What are you gonna do?
First, I'm gonna take the scalpel, cut the bullet out of your leg. You're a brave boy, aren't you? Where's the... Bite the stick. Hold as still as you can.
I'll kill you.
Boy, I'm a doctor.
Man the raft, boys, man the raft.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I gotta get some help somehow.
I'll help you.
You'd be the runaway slave.
Well, you be the doctor here, that's all that matters. Now what do you got that bottle for? You need a doctor, not a drunk.
I was gonna pour whiskey on his wounds to clean it.
Well, see, that's the only place you pour it. You see, you do your job and you do it good.
Hold them still.
My nephew disappeared. My slave stolen. It's unbelievable. Why, that shirt I found in the shed, covered in secret African writing done in blood. What does it mean? Why, that rope ladder cooked to pie. Well, what was it for? Well, there must have been 40 or 50 of you, but lo and behold, you still got away with my slave right beneath my nose. Well, where's the rest of your gang, boy? Well, if you don't unbutton your lip, you're in for a battle or misery.
I ain't talking.
Well, maybe you want to taste of this then.
Well, no, Silas, no. Now we don't want to hurt you. We just want to know what you done with my sister's blood, Tom. Now, did you kidnap him? See, Mr. Phelps and I never had no kids of our own, and we just want to know what you done with Tom.
Tom and me done it. We both know Jim up in Missouri. That's the slave. Tom and me done it, and it took power of work. Tom wrote the anonymous letter, and the dogs wouldn't follow me because they knew me and weren't interested. We got down to the river in the raft, and Jim was a free man. And wasn't it the bulliest Tom always said?
Where's Tom?
He's on Spanish Island. You put the bullet on it in his leg.
Well, I shot my own nephew.
Silas?
Tom, you dead? No.
He'll be alright. I got the bullet out.
You're in a heap of trouble, slave. We ought to make an example of you. We ought to hang you. Now.
Don't you be too rough with him. He saved this boy's life and gave up his freedom to help me doctor him. I tell you, Silas, a man like that is worth $1,000 in my opinion. And kind treatment, too.
Well, we will not change this time. Or we'll just lock him up and give him a pot of greens now and then.
You won't lock him up.
You lay still.
You ain't got no right. He ain't a slave. He's as free as any creature that walks this earth. Turn him loose.
Good land, this child's out of his hand.
I ain't out of my head. Well, Miss Watson, who Jim belonged to, she died 2 months ago.
She was so ashamed she was ever going to set him free. But she set him free. It's true, Jim.
Then what on earth did you want to set him free for? Seeing as how he was already free!
Well, that ain't like a female. I wanted the adventure of it, and I would have waded in knee-deep blood to get it.
Well, Tom,
Well, let him go.
I appreciate what you've done, but you should have told me.
But you don't see what I had in mind, Jim. As soon as we got you at sea, we were gonna get on that river and have adventures straight down under the mouth of the river. And then I would tell you we're free. Then we'd go home on a steamboat in style. I'd write notehead to get all the slaves out for the brass band and torchlight procession. And then you'd be a hero. And so would we. I guess I'm gonna keep in trouble.
Well, you're alive, that's all that matters. Though I could most skin you for all the worry you cause me!
Strike the chains off that slave.
River in the rain. Sometimes at night you look like a long line train, winding your way away somewhere. River, I love you, don't you care if we're all on the run? Someplace just trying to find the sun, whether the sunshine or the rain. River, I love you just the same. So me and Jim went down to the river and the raft. For a long time we sat there, listening to the sound of it all. Oh, now it's toward the sea. No, I told you we had luck.
You sure did.
Well, here's the notion. Let's slide out of here as soon as Tom's leg's better. We'll buy some horses and go for some howling adventures amongst the Indians over in the territories. How's that sound?
Well, I got to head north, Huck.
No, what for?
Was do what I said. Make enough money so I can buy my wife and children back.
Oh,
I'll be real glad to see my children again.
of course you would, Jim. I clean forgot about them.
Well, why not head as far as St. Petersburg with me?
No, I don't want to go back there somehow. Oh, it's Pat. If I go back there, Pat will just show up again as sure as you're born.
Well, you ain't never gonna see your pap again.
Well, why do you say that?
I just know.
Spill it!
Remember that dead body? The one floating down in the river early on? The one that I wouldn't let you look at? Well, that was him. Whatever road I go walking down, you'll be walking alongside of me. The old true Huck.
And then you left me there alone, and I thought about all we've done. Now, it'd been like the fortune you predicted for me long ago. Considerable trouble and considerable joy. So that's the way things fell out. Now, Tom's almost well, and Jim's gone north. There ain't nothing more to show you, and I'm rotting glad. Cause if I'd known what trouble it would be to enact this whole history, I would have never tackled it, and I ain't gonna no more. See, I'm lining out for the Western Territories ahead of the rest. Cause that Sally, she wants to adopt me and civilize me. I can't stand it. I've been there before.
Congratulations on a great show. Aloha.